for those. If you listen to the show on iHeartRadio from outside of Ohio, tell me where you do that. We always like to know where you check in. We'll put you on our Bureau Chief map, which is displayed proudly behind Bill when it is not obscured by one of his fart clouds.
The clouds are invisible.
They're green, and you have flies flying around your head.
No, there's not that.
That's like a Tom and Jerry cartoon in your mind. There's this great cartoon that we discovered, and I think it's French because all the credits are French names, but it's called Augie and the Cockroaches, and it looks like somebody in France basically ripped off Ren and Stimpy, and I never got into that cartoon, but I like the animation, and it's called Augie and the Cockroaches, and Augie is a cat, and then these cockroaches are constantly vexing him in his own home. But my favorite part is the cockroaches are named Dee Dee, Marky, and Joey.
Oh, nice.
The Ramones.
Yeah.
And I told my daughter, she likes me to rattle off, because she's not reading. She knows all her letters, but she's not reading. So she goes, what are their names? And I said, well, they're Dee Dee, Marky, and Joey. Those are the cockroaches. And you don't know, but that's funny to grown-ups, because it's a band called the Ramones. Those were 3 of the 4 Ramones.
What did she say? Cool, Dad.
She said, whatever, please turn it up.
Shut up, old man.
That's right.
I went down the DJ Cumberbund rabbit hole this weekend.
He's the best.
He's so great, and he has a mashup of Blitzkrieg Bop with Bop that's very entertaining.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That one's great, and then Detroit Rock Lobsters also.
That's pretty good, too.
Up there.
If you go to AlanCoxShow.com, Bill posted something called I Don't Want to Check My Bank Account. It's just a dude with a microphone and a keyboard, and I guess post-holiday blues, yeah?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is one of those things from a few years ago, but it showed up today, and I'm like, this speaks to me.
Oh, I see.
Because I just bought a condo and furnished it, and then did all the Christmas shopping and stuff. So
sure.
I have money, I'm fine, but it's still
Give me
sad.
your money to make you
It's
not
sad
fine.
to look at what it is now compared to what it was a few months ago.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that you clarified for everyone that you have money.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Enough money.
What's that like?
Need more. Check my bank account.
So the little inset video is him playing the drum parts, and then he's just playing. All right. Lewis Cole, that's the guy.
Yep. I'm too scared to check my bank account.
The genius of DJ Cumberbund is not just the mashup itself, it's the intercut videos.
The videos are incredible.
Of a crowd of Ramones fans going crazy over Hanson and
Yes.
whatever. Yeah.
The Detroit Rock Lobster one is very good. Like, the music video is almost more impressive than the mashup itself, because he does a very good job of intercutting the two.
B-52 is another
Yeah.
band not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Bill.
Get it together, Rock Hall.
Shouldn't the
Do they even know
B-52s
music?
at least be considered?
Well, the B-53s got in last year, so.
You're making that up, Mary. There's no such band.
It's good, right?
Boy, playing the drums for Kiss must be one of the greatest jobs in rock and roll.
Is it easy?
You don't have much to do. You're not reinventing the wheel when you're playing the drums for Kiss. But you got to do the makeup. There's explosions and fire, and you're on this huge riser, and you're just back there playing quarter notes, man. That's got to be, and you get a check. All these guys over the years who have bitched and moaned, because Kiss has always been, and any Kiss fan will tell you this, Kiss has always been the Gene Simmons.
Music first.
Music first, ego
Makeup
second,
second.
Bill. Merch, a distant third. It's always been the Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons project. And then whoever else was along for the ride It was a clash of egos. There was a lot of drugs back in the day. Not from these guys. They were businessmen, right? But Ace Frehley, their original guitar player, they booting him because of drugs or whatever, and they've had drummers die and get sick all the way through these two. I mean, I've had both those guys on the show over the years, and they've both been very clear-eyed and dedicated to Kiss being what it is, and they just haven't shed any tears over people who have come and gone in that band. But I could never figure out, listen, I know that there are people who have egos and you're artists and you want to do your best job, but if you got the tap on the shoulder to do anything in Kiss, it would have been like the hand of God coming down. I'm going to stand there. Granted, they weren't getting the same amount of money as these guys, but you go on these endless tours.
Probably still getting a good check.
Oh,
Probably
my
making
God.
$40,000 a year at least.
A week.
Man, that would be nice.
$40,000 a year.
$30,000 a year.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I heard Eric Singer
That's-
owns
you know
his
what
own
that is?
car, Bill.
Man, that's above ground money right
yeah.
there.
Eric Singer drives a Kia, I think.
Look
So
at
he's
him.
doing all right.
Paid for.
Yes.
No financing there.
So whatever you think about Kiss, and as a kid I enjoyed Kiss, as an adult, I mean, not so much, but I respect their place in the rock and roll firmament. I had friends growing up who were just diehard Kiss fans, because that's what you were when you were a kid, because it was comic books and action figures, and these guys were painted up. It's tailor-made for kids getting into rock and roll. But if you were a guy in the band, and they've had more talented people, it's really run the gamut. They've had a handful of people who were just in there playing bar chords, and then you had, again, Kiss music. It's not, any musician will tell you, it's not anything that you had to go to the Berklee School of Music to learn.
That's right.
It's just meat and potatoes rock and roll, and that's what's kept them alive for 50 years. But I could never figure out why anybody would get into that band and complain.
You need to get to the chorus of this one. That's when it gets real fun.
Boy, Bill, how did they get Paul Stanley to agree to sing Rock Lobster?
I don't know, but it actually sounds like it was Paul Stanley singing it.
By the way, I mentioned Eric Singer, longtime drummer for Kiss, the pride of Euclid, Ohio. He's a local son, done well. And as far as I know, he's a pro. He's a journeyman. He's in there. I'm like, I'm going to play the drums.
What's his stance
He's
on
a great drummer.
all the, was that South Euclid?
A lot of bestiality
in
South Euclid.
in South Euclid.
Just judging from the police blotters alone, I can't speak for everyone in the pastoral and bucolic town of South Euclid, Ohio, but good gravy. You guys really enjoy having sex with animals.
Some of you do.
Some of you do. That's
The rest
right.
of you just
and
aren't
you
stopping
know who you are. If you might be in a dog right now listening to the show. To which I would, if I had a rolled up newspaper, I'd wrap you on the nose and say, "Stop it!
And get a spray bottle.
Stop it!" I'd put your nose right in it. By the way, I certainly hope that this isn't in the future for this company with our iHeartRadio app, Bill. But I've noticed that there are streaming services that are moving into playlists for pets. Let me give you this money for. I'll get into this. Let me give you this money here, okay? $1,000 for you once an hour. You go fund yourself. Good luck.
Hey, it's Rover. Go fund yourself. We have your shot at $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword MOM to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rate supply in this nationwide contest. That's MOM to 200-200. Good luck and go fund yourself from 100.7 WMMS.
Frank, killer. Yes, Preston?
Have you any idea how many cats there are in this country?
No. I don't have those, no.
27 million. Do you know how many dogs?
In America.
48 million.
Wow.
We spend $4 billion on pet food alone.
4.
Now, I have here a study from Hampstead University which shows us that cats and dogs are beginning to watch television. Now, if these scientists are right, you should start programming right now. Within 20 years, they could become steady viewers.
Programming for cats.
Now, how
And
did
dogs.
we know that the movie Scrooged would be so prophetic? That movie 32 years ago, the great Bill Murray, the late Robert Mitchum, talking about, and of course it's a comedy. How ridiculous. But
Here
there
it
are a
is.
number, they're starting to do playlists, custom playlists for when you leave your pet home all day long because you're at work.
I have friends that do stuff
People
like
leave
that.
like
Really?
the TV on
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
They don't realize that the animals don't care.
I had a friend who left on NPR because it was, talking just all day long when they were.
It keeps them calm.
They give it for the dog. NPR.
Did the dog chew up their tote bag
No.
by the time they got home?
Voted for Bernie, though.
Well, feel the burn.
Podcast has some relaxing chat. For every human, there's a dog. And for every dog, there's a human. Stories. This one is about a little puppy. Some praise. You know something that's brilliant about dogs like you? As well as music so soothing, it will have your pooch feeling like they're in a doggy spa in Shangri-La.
Now, why does she say spar but la with the accent? The British doggy spa in Shangri-La. They both end in A, and yet she says lar, spar, and la. I wonder why.
I don't know, but I think you're
people
onto
are so
something
interesting.
that she should be canceled. I'm with you.
The
Is
woman.
that what you're suggesting? That she should be canceled?
That is absolutely what I'm suggesting, and
Yeah.
thank you for picking up on it. That's a little clip I pulled from my dog's favorite podcast. Now, are those on the iHeartRadio app, Bill? Because as you know, we are #1 with podcasts.
Okay, let me just check real quick. I'll re-download it.
And why isn't this called Pugcast? I mean, who doesn't love a pun? Don't you get
That's
on
all
your
it
we
is?
hate
Yeah.
puns high horse.
The podcast is just dogs trying to breathe.
Right.
All right, we got the featured playlist. We got
This is on
newly released.
iHeartRadio?
Yes, workout hits.
Yep.
Hip hop pump up.
There you go.
2000 workout.
But these
hits.
aren't the pet playlists.
Those are the featured playlists.
Right. I'm
Fresh
talking about.
picks. Okay, let me
Curious
see
if we have pet playlists on there.
I see kids and family. Maybe it'll be in that
Uh-huh.
area. Lullabies. Morning wake up sing along. Best of Star Wars. Fairy tales. Vacation.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is,
Hold
what
on.
can one day be comedy and hilarious absurdity? Give it 20 or 30 years and it will become reality. In the new media landscape, they go, hey, listen,
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry.
what is happening?
I pulled up my iHeartRadio app to look
Oh, I know.
up the
It just starts
playlist,
randomly playing.
and,
Yeah, I don't.
Bill Burr's yelling about Oprah.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that
So I don't know
happened.
if we have pet podcasts over there, but get on it,
There's Pet Life Radio.
iHeartRadio people.
Playlist.
I was-
Tom Petty. There's that.
Oh, Pet is in there. Yeah, Pet comes up in Petty.
Yeah.
Tomcat Petty. New York Times was talking to a woman who makes yarn out of pet hair
Gross.
and then sells it to people, makes clothes out of it.
People wear their cat's hair as clothing?
Her company's called 9 Lives Twine, and she has an Etsy store. You know the Etsy store, the merch version of a podcast?
Not Twine
That's
Lives?
what this
Come
woman
on.
is doing. You'd think Twine Lives would have
Lives.
worked. She needs to hire you in some marketing capacity.
I'm good at that.
Get her brand out there.
Actually, I'm spinning cat hair into yarn.
Oh, wow.
So this is Moses, who is a 10-year-old black cat.
I like how the woman goes, oh, wow, but her tone
wow.
suggested how desperately sad.
Yeah. And also, if you own a cat, your clothes are already covered in cat hair.
No,
So
they
you
are
don't
not.
Need,
Yes, they are.
you don't
I'm
need
not
it.
covering cat hair.
I have one
see
dog,
it.
and you know how many lint rollers I go through
Oh,
in a week?
I have lint rollers in. I have 2 in my car.
Yeah,
I have
then you
one in
know.
it. Yeah.
He's right.
But I don't leave my house looking like that.
No. I'm just saying that if you needed, she doesn't need to shave cat. I don't know how she arrives at all this cat hair, but
From eastern Vermont, and his owner's been saving brushings for 9.5 years. She's going to make a hat for herself and a hat for Moses. And then I do a lot of felting too. I do portraits, meow memorials, which are needle felted replicas.
meow memorials. When your cat dies.
What's her husband's name?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that, Bill.
Because she has a
didn't-
wife.
She didn't. She didn't mention a husband.
Oh.
Of kitty cats, and I can encase ashes in those for
very
if your
nice.
kitty passed
Actually,
away.
I believe her husband, Bill, is an orange tabby named Mr. Magic. I think that might be her husband. But anyway, listen, if you are a pet owner or in this gig economy, you're looking for a side hustle, and you're okay having people send you their pet's hair. People are sending her hair in the mail. It could have... We all know what diseases animals can get.
As someone that's allergic to cats, I am very offended by this. You're wearing something that's going to make me sneeze and my eyes scratchy and itchy.
Well, here's the thing, Bill.
Like a mohair sweater.
Yeah.
They are lonelier than you are allergic. So
you don't know how allergic he is.
I'm pretty allergic.
You've been at my house.
Yeah.
You can't be that allergic.
You know, some
I have
people
to take a Benadryl or something.
You're making
before
it
that
seem like
happens.
as soon as you get there, as soon
if
as
I
you
don't
come,
if I don't take medicine, then I
standing
can't
next
be
to
there.
someone wearing a hat is
Made of
not
cat
gonna
hair?
is not gonna make your eyes water.
You know, some
Made of
people
cat hair,
sneeze out of sadness and loneliness, Mary.
No, do they?
You know, like that girl who passes out and she's paralyzed when she laughs? Mother Nature's a mad scientist, Jerry. The human brain, the human body, it's amazing.
Also, how many cats do you have to kill to do this, right?
Indeed.
Probably a lot.
You can
Doesn't
keep
seem
them
safe.
alive, but
How?
brush them, shave them.
Brushing them keeps them alive?
Well, I'm saying you can get their hair
You
without
could
killing
harvest
them.
their hair.
Yes.
I don't think.
Yeah, but
they're-
where's the
not-
fun in that?
Not the volume that she's getting.
That dude saved his cat's hair for 9 years of brushings.
That's a lot of cats he went through.
I guess.
Hey, Seth.
Hey, Alan. I just want to say that one of my cats loves watching TV. Actually, he really likes The Simpsons and The Wire. He loves The Wire.
So they're already making programming for the cat. You don't need to make cat-specific programming. And
Well,
also,
they do. Both of them watch like that pet channel where there's always cats and dogs playing. But the one he loves the sound of Stringer Bell's voice.
I was going to say,
Idris.
there's the connection, right? Cats love balls of string. The Wire's got Stringer Bell.
Close.
Boy, I'm really trying to shoehorn that in there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make this story sound less sad.
now, does your cat have a job so that it can purchase some of the advertising that goes on during those
Purchase.
shows?
Nice move, Bill.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
I'll tell your cat to get a job. At least sell its hair to make some sweaters.
That's a good idea.
All right, well, listen, good luck with that, Seth.
Yep. Have
All
a
right,
good
pal.
one, guys.
Thank you. Hey, Ginger.
Hello.
Hi, what's up?
Hi, I just had something funny to add to that whole pet podcast thing.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, we used to have a parakeet, and my mom would leave on the TV for it when we would be gone during the day. And it would just be a random channel. I think sometimes it would be like MTV left on. But then the birds started learning profanity.
You come home and the bird's going, "We're not gonna take it."
So we had to start changing over to kids' channels for parakeet, and then he would learn stuff like the Happy Birthday song and everything.
So how long does it take to reprogram a bird away from profanity and toward more family-friendly language?
It didn't take too long. I think he stopped with the profanity after like a week or two.
Yeah, they got a brain the size of a
very
pea, right?
smart bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's super smart, though. Like, he learned all of us by name. We even had a cat at the time named Simon. And every time he would walk into the room, he'd go, Simon, and then he would meow, just like the cat meows. And you couldn't tell the difference between the bird or the cat.
Now, just for clarification, Ginger, when you were a kid, you did realize that cockatoo was not a bad word, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
I was a teenager at the time.
Oh, she was a teenager, and she was heavily into angst and watching cats and birds talk. Yeah. All right, thank you, Ginger. I appreciate it. I feel like we have spoken to Ginger before, but not for a long time. I don't know why I think that. Alan F. Kiss. They stole ICP's whole bit. I'll tell you what.
You're not wrong.
One thing you can say for Kiss, at least they know how magnets work. They're not... yes, did they steal Insane Clown Posse's makeup? Of course they did. Do they understand a little bit of science? Of course they do.
Water, fire, air, and dirt. In magnets, how do they work?
If only we could get all of them on tour. Kiss does the Gathering of the Juggalos, right?
now
To
you're
give
talking.
back.
Who opens for who?
Kiss
That's the
opens for
question.
ICP.
All right.
Come on, they got to give back. They ripped off their whole bit.
But they have to perform with or without their makeup on.
We'll do 2 sets.
Oh, okay.
Makeup set, and then an
acoustic.
Makeup
acoustic.
at night,
Yeah.
acoustic, all natural set during the day for your daytime trippers.
Yep.
I hear you.
They wash out the jet black dye in their hair.
Yes.
They get out there and they do the whole thing. Yeah, I've got Cleveland Monsters tickets for you shortly. We're doing MMS. Well, technically it's Cleveland Rocks night, but a bunch of us are going to be there because we're first 10,000 fans going to get the MMS Buzzard Cleveland Monsters T-shirt exclusively from CLE Clothing Company. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that game is the 31st of this month. I'll have some tickets for you shortly. 35192 if you want to text for anything, or get to us at alancoxshow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.